as part of a multi-agency team trying to better understand the incredible winds that surrounded and drove the car fire, causing widespread damage even in areas where the fire itself did not burn.
Preliminarily, they saw uprooted trees, bark stripped from a tree, which is pretty impressive. That takes an incredible amount of wind, as well as high tension wire utility poles knocked down as well from the wind.
And the best metric they've come up with for this kind of event, an EF3 tornado on the Fujita scale.
Very, very impressive wind speeds, estimated to be in excess of 143 miles per hour.
I was up in Redding in those sort of overnight hours and when the sun came up that Friday morning. And when the sun came up, I found myself just west of the river. And what I saw sort of stopped me in my tracks. I've seen a lot of fire aftermath, but the way the ground was blown smooth there, and I've shown you some pictures of that video, that would be indicative of that event having moved through that area.
Absolutely. When you have burned evidence, but also the wind evidence that there's just not a whole lot of evidence there, everything's wind swept away, it was definitely unusual.
So unusual that even the experts can't quite agree on what this phenomenon should be called.
The debate will continue on for years as far as whether or not you classify that as a tornado or just a really intense fire whirl. But again, they're deadly, and
maximum strength right about the time it jumped the Sacramento and landed in the western neighborhoods of Redding. Now, an event like this in a populated area is extremely rare, but given the rate at which California's wildfires are intensifying, fire officials worry that this is exactly the kind of thing we might start seeing.
A few fire tornadoes within this area that moved vehicles around, broke windows out of the vehicles. That kind of tells you the ferocity and just the aggressiveness of this fire that came through this particular area. There was very little warning because of the speed of that fire picked up so dramatically.
Scott, put this fire in context compared to others that you've seen or others we might have heard about in other places. Fire tornado sounds like something we don't hear about a lot.
Not very often. About 6 years ago, I saw one. They're very rare. That one, it was in Shasta County as well, where we are, and that destroyed about 2 square miles. This one, these were smaller and just moved certain things around and took a couple tiles off the roof, moved some pickups, like I said. Again, it's very erratic winds, weather that promoted very erratic fire behavior.
Well, we know this is dangerous for all the firefighters out there. Thank you so much. Scott McLean, thank you.
Thank you.
We just arrived on Redbud Drive. We're on the hilly western side of the city of Redding, and you can see behind me here some of the homes that were lost overnight. I just talked to some of the CAL FIRE firefighters who've been out here during that firestorm that swept through the western half of the city. One firefighter, he's been with CAL FIRE for 16 years now, tells me he has never seen an incident like they saw last night. Radar, according to the National Weather Service, was picking up a large amount of rotation as heat was rising up from this intense inferno here last night. That was creating fire whirls throughout the incident and throwing embers and flames in all different directions, and that brought the fire right down into the city of Redding. In fact, some areas, even toward the heart of Redding, were starting to evacuate, including the ABC affiliate TV station. We drove past our station